What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's gonna be diving into the Wildcard bundle that got released alongside of Streets of New Capenna. This is kind of one of those things that I kind of almost forgot got released into the store with the new set. As you know, typically with new sets, you're more focused on getting the cards from that current set. You're not really focused on collecting and crafting other cards from various other sets. And you know, it's one of those things that I felt like kind of fell to the wayside. And you know, when it got announced, people kind of complained about it. But I actually, to be honest, maybe other than maybe a few videos, maybe in the past couple weeks, I haven't really seen too many people talk about it. So I figured I'd dive in and kind of briefly talk about my thoughts on the Wildcard bundle and kind of where the idea is there, but the overall execution is not what it should have been. But with that being said, if you like the video, hit that like button. It definitely helps out a lot. If you're new here, you want to know I post new videos on the channel, hit that subscribe button. With that being said, let's just dive into it and let's just start talking about it. So right here, as you can see, we're right in the store on the first page on the feature tab, looking at the new Wildcard bundle, the new bundle that includes 12 rare wildcards and 4 mythic wildcards for the flat price of $50. It can't be bought with gems. And it also cannot be bought with gold. So this definitely is a money sink in the sense that there's no other way of spending real money to technically acquire these wildcards. Now, I would say just right off the bat, this is too expensive. You shouldn't buy it. There's not really a need to buy wildcards directly, as I do feel like your $50 could go into other places into the game if you're going to actually spend money like $50 and actually try to buy packs and do things like that. Spending money straight up for wildcards, especially at this price, is just not worth it. You don't get a lot of value out of what you're doing, as I do believe just spending $50 on gems and then using those gems to buy 45 packs, I think is the bundle that you can get for about $50, is a lot more value, I think, in the long run than just buying this. You know, when you buy the packs, you get the commons, you get the uncommons, you get the rare, mythic, chance, and then also at the same time too, you get pack progression. Every time you open 6 packs, you'll get your guaranteed rare and mythic, and also uncommon wild cards. You're also collecting cards, like if you have a set of the uncommons and uncommons from a particular set you're opening packs from, you're getting vault progress. And at the same time too, over the course of opening probably the 45 packs, you'll probably get, you know, a handful of rare and mythic wild cards as well, instead of just getting the rare and mythic cards from that particular set. You know, I'm not sure, you know, why the price is so high. It almost makes it seem like it's not, like they want you to buy it, but at the same time too, there's no reason why you should buy it. Like, I understand it's a struggle a lot of players face. You know, your wild cards start getting a little bit low. As you can see here, I'm sitting at, you know, 164 commons, 34 uncommons, 1 rare, and 10 mythics. But I actually feel where I'm at in the standard meta and what I need to craft, I really don't need to go out and buy, you know, 12 additional rares and 4 mythic wildcards. But yet again, I do spend a decent amount of money, but I actually just focus on buying packs. The other thing I've been doing more so recently is I've been actually stockpiling a lot of my draft tokens, because, you know, I do drafts here and there, but, you know, I've actually been, you know, using my draft tokens, which in theory has actually acquired me all this gold and gems, because I've done decent. I wouldn't say I've done amazing, but, you know, I've at least gotten 3 or 4 wins in most of the drafts. And I think the best I've done was like a 7-2. So I did get max rewards for that, as well as getting all the packs from doing, you know, other events. And that's the other thing too. I think if you're going to spend any money, if you're going to directly spend money into the game, and I know, you know, people don't like to spend money. There are free to play options or avenues in the game. It's a little bit more of a grind. But if you're going to spend like $50, I would just say invest in gems. Gems not only buy you packs, they buy you entries into events. You know, they buy you various things throughout the shop. I would say if you're a newer player or a player who's limited on budget, and you know dropping $50 is a big deal, I would not focus on microtransactions, as they're not going to get you any sort of progress into crafting any sort of deck that you want to build. The other thing I would say, you know, when it comes to crafting a deck, and like, you know, you may be lacking in the rare mythic wildcards in order to finish the deck, is you want to analyze the deck that you're building and analyze what areas or what sets of cards you need to get cards from in order to kind of get those particular cards you're looking for. Let's just say you're crafting a deck and it just has the newest and latest and greatest cards from Streets of New Capenna, but you haven't, you know, bought any packs, or you may have opened a few packs just from the free-to-play Mastery Pass, but you're looking to kind of, you know, get more of the rares and mythics that people are playing, like an Obnix list and things like that. You know, you're better off. I know the chances of actually pulling an Obnix list from a pack aren't great, but you're better off probably buying $50 worth of packs than buying $50 for these wild cards and not and just crafting Omnixless and then having 12 extra rare wildcards, because you're going to get all the uncommons, you're going to get all the commons, you're going to get rares and other things from that particular set. You're going to build your collection, allowing you to be a little bit more flexible in what you can play. Maybe one thing, right now the moment is let's play Omnixless, and next, down the road, Omnixless, gets banned or something happens to Omnixless and he's not as good. And I know I'm using Omnixless as the example, but it's just one of those things like, you're not getting a good return for your investment, I would say. I would say if this was probably like, half the price, like $25, I would say that's a great value. Maybe they cap it, maybe, once per set release, you can only buy one of these. I would say that's kind of where I would want to go. I probably wouldn't spend more than $25 personally if I wanted to buy just direct wildcards. And I just think this is a complete miss on Wizards' part, as players, to tell your players, hey, if you want to, craft mythics and rares, it's going to cost you $50. It's just one of those things that kind of just that sucks, because I know when you start as a new player, they have a lot of these like new player friendly bundles where you get like, there's the 5-pack bundle plus 2,500 gems for I think like $5 or something relatively on the cheap side, nothing too expensive. It's just like, I don't understand how they have that, but then on the same time too, they have this. Like, it just seems like they're far apart from one another. Like, there's two different thought processes there. I don't know if it's a Hasbro thing and they're like, hey, you need to make some more money, let's make this more expensive. I don't really know. It's just, you can speculate. Again, all these companies are in the means to make money. But for an economy fix, this does not do it as an economy fix. I just think, if you made this cheaper, maybe give an avenue to players to maybe use gems or money to buy it instead of just straight up cash, definitely would be a little bit more beneficial. It gives players more flexibility how they can acquire these wild cards. If you made it gems, and let's just say you made it like, I don't know, maybe made it 45 packs worth of gems and / gold, I would say that's probably a better idea than just straight up cash. I'm not sure why they went the cash method though. It seems weird as well. Yet again, the only time I've ever spent cash like straight up in the store was only for the mastery passes and the packs that you get before the set releases, and also buying gems. Other than that, I've never physically, bought anything off the store for just straight cash. And I don't know if they do I don't think the events are actually even cash. I think the events just cost you gems, which you spend cash to get the gems to then enter the events. When they do like those weekend qualifier weekend type stuff. But yet again, complete miss. I would say don't buy this unless you just have that kind of income and you can spend all the money in the world. I would say just don't do it. I even think if you have the money, it's not even worth the money per se. I would say just buy packs and get cards that way and get the wild cards and things like that from that and build your collection. Just because this is a very, getting 16 total cards for $50 to me does not seem worth it when you can get 45 packs, which includes, let's just say 45 packs worth of uncommons, rares, and mythics / rares. I feel like I missed saying the word common, but I just think there's a lot more value there. Get Vault Progress, get pack, collection overall, and kind of do with that. But like I said, I'm sure anyone who probably replies to this video is probably going to be pretty on the negative side because no one likes this. It sucks. Don't do it. But if you have any comments, you want to give your feedback, what you would do, like if they were to, reduce the price or change it up in some form or manner, let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, hit that like button. Definitely helps out a lot. If you're new here, you want to post new videos on the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.